Hello and welcome to Tip the Footy, the site that is more than just tips. What we're looking to do with this site, this is our website's logo, we're looking to bring together a myriad of people from all countries, all fans of all clubs, to discuss mainly football. We're going to be primarily a football channel, hence Tip the Footy. What we're looking to do is build a community, a football community, centered around sensible tips, betting knowledge, things that are not just related to betting. We want to see top 10 kits, favourite kits of all time. There's videos that we've got lined up that I think you'll all appreciate. However, we are just mainly a football related channel, but with a slight difference that we do discuss football tips and various things that you can do to improve your betting. Now, we know massively and 100% that responsible gambling is key, and we'll get onto that a little bit later. But there are some very key points to make sure there is responsible gambling and no one's wasting themselves hand over fist. Now, what we don't promise to do, and we'll never promise to do this, is make anybody rich. We're just discussing what we think is the most well-researched tip of the day. When it comes to Champions League midweeks, when it comes to weekends, so big game days on Saturdays and Sundays, we'll obviously give you a lot more insight into what we'll be backing and things that we think that are the best tips for that day. Now, obviously, you can just pick and choose which ones you like. It isn't down to picking them all, because scattergun approaches don't tend to work very well, and we'll just continue to, unfortunately, lose people money, which is not what we're looking to do. Like we said before, though, we're not looking to make anybody rich. It's not possible to be rich from doing what we're doing. We are here purely to offer an insight, what we think is going to happen over the course of the football weekends and the midweeks, and all the kind of football stuff that's going along. Now, this is obviously a very new channel. This is our first ever video. We hope that you'll enjoy this. But what we're trying to do, essentially, the key points of what we're trying to do here is we're trying to create a football community, something that we can all come to and discuss things. Now, when it comes to the actual forum side of things, we're thinking at the moment the best place to do that would be the YouTube's comment section. So on each of our videos, there'll be a daily video giving thoughts on what we think is going to happen that day, and a tip that we think is probably the best or the most safe for that day. Now, underneath that, we'd love to hear what everybody else is on. We want to hear what people are doing. There might be a corner expert, there may be an NFL expert, there may be a tennis expert, a cricket expert. Everything you've got, just pop it down below in the comments, and on a daily basis, we can discuss that and obviously chat and interact with other users. Now, that's kind of key. We want to try and build that forum. Now, we're going to leave that up to user experience, because we're not sure, who has a YouTube account. There may be people who prefer a Facebook-based forum. There may be people who prefer to just whack up a quick this bet on Twitter. Now, that's all fine, and you're more than welcome to do that. The more engagement, the better it is for the channel and for us going forward as a collective, us and you guys. Now, you can use the Facebook if you prefer that, and every day you can just put your selections into the Facebook chat for that particular day underneath the post. Now, if you prefer to do that, that's fine. What we'll do is we'll see how it goes for now, using the YouTube comment section. If people would like to use the Facebook comment section, you can use both for now. Also, on the website itself, there's a blog section at the bottom. Now, you're more than welcome to put everything there if you prefer, and you can interact with everyone on there. What we're trying to do is obviously create the best space using the best program that people can talk to each other with, because that's essentially what the most important part of this is. It's to discuss things with each other. So moving on then, we do have, this is mainly our font and how we use things for our Facebook and YouTube header and our Twitter header. So you'll see this and you'll know that this is something that we're producing. There will be a video out hopefully the next couple of days regarding the top 10 kits of the Premier League era, which is going to be a really good video to make. There's been some belting kits over the last, since 1992. That wasn't when football was found, though, like a lot of people might think or have you believe. The reason why we're more than just tips is because we want to educate people. We want to make sure that people are selecting the right bets. For instance, one of these things that really bugs me is, for instance, people betting on, we're in the summer now, so transfer window betting. Now, it's just not something that's ever advisable. Transfer betting. See, if you look at Sky Sports News, everybody watches Sky Sports News. They can release a story about a player being very close to signing to a football club. Then people would then go onto Sky Bet and back that, and then bringing the odds down, making it look more realistic that it's going to happen, and then more people pile the money on, and eventually that player either doesn't move or moves to another club. There are far too many variables to be betting on transfer bets, and Sky Sports News have the ability to make people believe that a player may be in a certain destination. I'm not saying that they do this on purpose, but there's a good chance that they may do. It's something that I wouldn't want anyone else to fall foul of. I think it's a very tricky area if you want to place a bet on a transfer. Now, I would avoid any kind of transfer bet, and it seems that it can be very orchestrated very easily. When it comes to stats, goals scored, goals against, things like that, you can research that and actually come up with a viable reason why you think you should back a particular team, back a particular result, back a particular both teams to score and over 2.5 goals, things like that. Now, I prefer personally goals betting. I think goals betting are a good way to do things. Obviously, there will be teams to win and things like that we do put up there when we feel confident on it. But I do believe that goals betting, for instance, look at both teams to score, it's a 50-50 shout. Now, will both teams score? Yes. Will both teams score? No. They're your options, yes or no. And if it does happen, great. If it doesn't, then obviously bad times. However, when you back a team to win, there's the extra variable in there. It's a draw. Now, so that you can, I mean, obviously it's not skewed exactly as in, obviously if Manchester United are playing Exeter, most of the time you think, oh well, you know, it's a Man United win. Maybe not lately, but yeah, you'd think it's a Man United win. So you would go with putting your money on Man United to win. Obviously the odds will be low, but you'd be expecting to get a return on that. Now, the one thing in there though is a draw. So it's 33% chance, 33.3% chance if everything was equal, of a draw, a win for the home team, a win for the away team. So there's a lot more, there's an extra variable in that, whereas goal betting, particularly for both teams, the score is a 50-50 shout. Same with over and under 2.5 goals. They're all 50-50s. You've got the choice of either way. And I think that just taking that one block out makes it a bit more easier to make some sort of sustained profits. Again, this is something we'll look at going forward as we discuss things with our users and our subscribers. And we hope that we can come up with something that we you know, that regular brings in good performing bets. Now, I suppose the elephant in the room in terms of, oh, well, who does this guy support? Well, I support Liverpool. I'm a big Liverpool fan. Have been for getting on for 30 years now. That wouldn't sway any bias into what I predict over the weekends or predict over midweek Champions League football, things like that. It's just I'd rather let you know straight off the bat that I'm a Liverpool fan. Now, I know that's going to generate a lot of hate in the comments from Manchester United fans, probably particularly, and maybe, you know, Blue Noses. However, I've got a soft spot for Everton. You know, my family, a numerous member of my family members are Evertonians, and the other side are Liverpool fans. So it's just probably best for me to get out there, tell you who I support particularly. Like I said, that we'll never have any bias towards a particular fan base. I mean, you know, everyone's welcome here. It doesn't matter if you're a Man United fan. It doesn't matter if you support Chelsea. It doesn't matter if you're a Millwall fan. It doesn't matter if you're a Leeds fan. You come in, you're all treated equally. We don't want to have any of that the nonsense that goes with that, because obviously banter's one thing, but then when things start straying into Hillsborough territory, Munich territory, different things like that, that's not something that will be tolerated on this site, and it would result in an instant ban. There's no way we're going to be having them sort of things discussed for banter purposes. If there's a genuine conversation to be had, then that'll be had at that particular point in time. Something that we'll probably do at some stage to illustrate how wrong it is. We just want to make sure that everyone here is safe and having a good time. So yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan 6 times because it's Operation Unbearable, as you know. And yeah, up the Reds. Now, this is probably the most important slogan you're going to see if you go onto the website at tipthefooty.com, you will see a section on responsible gambling. Now, I don't claim to have all the answers where this is concerned, but there is some tips and tricks in there to sort of limit your exposure, make sure you're not on a slippery slope if you feel that things are becoming too much at any stage. I mean, that's just not with this site, but in general in your life. If you are gambling more than you can afford to lose, if you haven't got a system in place where you can limit what you're spending each week and each month, then you should really consider this message. When the fun stops, stop, because it's the key here. The key word is fun. We are here to have fun. We're here to enjoy ourselves. But if it becomes more than that, if it gets beyond fun to something more dangerous, then absolutely stop. It's absolutely key. And there's links on our page, on the Responsible Gambling page, that take you through to GamCare. There's plenty of resources there to stop any ludicrous spending on betting. It is not worth it. It is not worth it. You've got a family. If you haven't got a family, whatever you've got, it's not worth the risk losing that on what could potentially be the toss of a coin. In certain games, refereeing decisions, how VAR things will affect. Is there a player who's not in the right mindset? It is not worth putting everything you've got into something like that. Make sure that you do take heed to this noting, this warning, and have a look on the website for a few little tricks and tips on how to avoid getting on a slippery slope. If you are currently on a slippery slope, I suggest you do not follow anything that we say. You do not look at any other tipsters or anything like that. You go straight to either the section that we've got called Responsible Gambling on tipthefooty.com, or you visit gambleaware.co.uk. I think it's quite important that if you are on this video hoping to become a millionaire or wanting to be rich because you're gambling, or you're desperate to use that last bet of the night to regain whatever you've lost previously, then very much go to Gamble Aware. Do not put anybody through it, yourself, your family, anybody. It's very, very important. It's arguably the most important part of this site because, like we've said before, the key word's fun. And it has to be fun, engaging. We have to enjoy what we're doing. But at any point, it doesn't become like that. You have to look at the stop. You have to stop because it's not worth it for anybody concerned, your family, anybody else. So make sure that's one of the key takeaways from anything that we ever say. This will always be up on our website. You can always have a look at that. And it will be added to when people tell us of their own stories about why they shouldn't do this. That'll be there. We do not encourage irresponsible gambling. That is fundamentally not what this site is about. It is about fun. That's massively important. So hopefully you've enjoyed our little introduction of to what this site's about. There will be a lot more. So basically how it's going to work is there'll be a daily video released every day regarding our thoughts for that day. Obviously on Saturday and Sunday there'll be a longer video because there's obviously a lot more football then, and obviously on midweek games for the Champions League, Europa League. Sometimes there's obviously a lot of Championship football. What will happen is that there'll be an extended video on those days to discuss a few more options, and obviously you can choose which you feel's the best. What I would say is, so the daily tips, particularly during the summer, there will be one daily. It will be well thought out, and it will be looked at thoroughly looked at. How the leagues that are on over the summer, they're not less predictable. There's still a lot of metrics that you can go off, but obviously not as popular as your current leagues. But they are there for you to look at, and so every day you will receive. If you look at our YouTube channel, you will see every day that there is an option there. So that's our daily plan going forward, and hopefully, in addition to that, once a week we'll do a bit more about maybe what's happened during that week. There may be top 10 kits, as we said, we're doing that in the next couple of days. There'll be Dream 11s from across various different sections, maybe a Champions League. One idea I've had for a video, which you might enjoy, is we're doing Champions League from 92 to say 99. Choosing the first 11 from that, and then maybe 99 to now or 2000 to now, doing 11 from that and seeing if who you think would win out of those two sides. So there'll be a lot of football stuff, a lot of football conversation. There'll be a small, every now and again I might have a little chat about Liverpool to everyone. If any Liverpool fans in there want to watch that, obviously everyone's not going to be too interested in that, but there will be a general discussion about football at most times, and hopefully once a week we can come together and have a chat about recent events, things that have happened that week, funny things, things that, controversial things that are not quite right. We're hoping to eventually go into podcasting also with regards to this similar sort of thing. But obviously it depends on how many of you guys subscribe, who's enjoying it, what's happening. Just a quick one on YouTube subscribers. Now, we probably will do something like this as well for Twitter followers and Facebook subscribers, because we know that not everyone's got access to every single one of these platforms. What we are doing is, on the YouTube channel at the moment, when we get to 1,000 subscribers, we'll be giving out a football shirt of your choice. So if you're one of the first 1,000 people to subscribe, there will be a draw taking place, and out of that draw we will pull a name out of a hat in order for you to receive a football shirt of your choice. It can be a Premier League shirt. Obviously, not everyone's a Premier League fan. They might be a fan of Serie A, Eredivisie, anything like that. You just let us know which shirt you want. We'll get it down and we'll get it sent to you. So we look forward to hopefully reaching 1,000 subscribers as quickly as possible. Obviously, if you like this video, take your time, please, to drop a like. Make sure you put a comment down below. Let us know what your thoughts are. If you've got any ideas of what you'd like us to do. And in addition to that, make sure you subscribe. And apparently, due to some YouTube thing, the little notification icon, then you'll be notified every time a video goes live. In addition to the video going live, there will be a blog post over on our website as well, detailing that day's tip. Anyway, we hope you do enjoy, and we'll look forward to seeing you back here again tomorrow for the first daily tip. And also we'll be bringing out those videos of a football in general nature, and we hope to interact with you guys and see how you feel. But thank you very much for taking the time to watch. We do really appreciate it. And like I said before, like, comment, subscribe, and we hope to see you again soon. Thank you. Take care.